Hey guys, good afternoon. Another installment of Black Projects 51. Anyways, I just got one simple kit that I want to share with you, show you how it's from Japan. It's a Nitto kit and it's called the Space Explorer-Saturn. Um, these kits are nothing to write home to mom about. And the box art, which I'll be showing you all this, is not a accurate representation of what's in the box, because the box art in the craft that's represented has way more cool features to it and design elements, which I'm going to have to add. I may paint it just like it is on the box because I like the paint scheme, and I'll probably try to replicate this rock formation and stuff that it's flying by or landed on or whatever it's doing. So, yeah, I'll get started here just to show you the kit. By the way, it is 5:09 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on 10/22/2025. So that's the kit. Let me see if yeah, I got it right there. It's the downside of, and this is some of their other kits. Augie Gonzalez has built this one, and he ran into the same thing. It wasn't as advertised. And then there's this one here, which I'm not particularly crazy about. And this here, if you look closely at the photo of this model built, the windshield is tinted light blue, but the one in the box is clear. I mean, I could tint it. I don't know if I'd go with light blue or not, but yeah, because I have some specialty paints that will get the job done if I so, and I always tint them on the inside just so we're clear there. But yeah, so there's the box. Give you one more look at that. The kit is pretty small because of the figures. The size of them, I'm going to say they're about 1/72nd scale. Here's the main body. And these things come with a mechanical wind up mechanism so this thing can walk. I'm not doing that. So I already tossed it in the spares box. It's got all the little infrastructure inside to accommodate that. Um, but let me see here. When you're looking at it like this, okay, and you see those details, I wonder if I dim my light a little bit, if it might provide a better viewing. I don't know. Yeah, that works a little bit. So you got that detail. And then on the top, it looks like that. And this is the front, and this is the rear. So there's a lot I could do with this. Um, these areas are going to have to be boxed in because otherwise you'll be able to see into it. And I will have to take a good look at it. I might take one of my profile gauges. You know that it's a layered tool that has a bunch of pins and or. Let me show you. I've got one here somewhere. And ouch, that knee. Okay, where is my profile gauge? I'm not seeing it. Hey guys. Yeah, let me see if I threw it in my toolbox. And so far, no luck. Profile gauges, no. I do have profile gauges, two of them. I got a metal one and I got a plastic one. But I'm not seeing, I haven't used it in forever. So, yeah. What the heck? Oh, I see what's happened here. Ugh. Yeah, let me pause, guys. I don't want to put you through this, so let me go ahead and pause you, and I'll come back to you. Well, no joy, guys. Couldn't find it. Basically, what it is, it's a gauge that has thin layers on it, and when you take say these are all the thin layers of plastic or metal pins, and when you push it up against like a curved surface, it would form to that curved surface, and you can lay it on a piece of paper or your sheet styrene and outline it with a pen or something and then cut out your shape. That's basically what it is. I know most of you know what a profile gauge is, but yeah, apparently it had some tape on it and it left some goober mess on it. And this is part of the landing gear. There's two of these. And as you can see, it is got a pivot hole because the thing was supposed to rock back and forth and walk, but like this. So it would be doing this, both of them. And then it's got a really beautifully detailed, I'm being sarcastic. This is the aft bulkhead of the cockpit, and this is the floor. So that's that. And I think this rail here is part, yeah, it's the rail that the missile, which is in the kit, mounts onto. And there's a missile, it's two halves. You can see the landing gear foot pads right here. Got some decent detail. You can see the main cockpit display right there. It's got some detail. I'm going to actually light this thing up, so because it's so simple and it would be easy to do, and I can light it any way I want or don't want. So, and then those yellow tanks on the side of the um, ship, which there's the instruction sheet. Most of the details are correct, but look at this. Here's the kit built, okay? It's a slight, maybe, no, it looks right. They built it to walk and stuff, but you can see the tinted blue canopy transparency. Um, yeah, like I said, I kind of like the paint scheme, so I may just stay with the paint scheme. The pilot figures, well, they're not anything to write home to mom about, but they're okay. They're acceptable, barely. And, so that's that. And then, yeah, you got your two walkers. Here's your transparencies. You got two oval domes in the windshield. So there's that. And it's got a water slide decal sheet, which is in very good condition for as old as this kid is. And yeah, So you got your top detail, which isn't a whole lot. And yeah, is this thing supposed to have a flashing beacon on the bottom? Because I don't know. I'll probably put this in a landed position because it does fly. You know, it's a flying ship, but it also walks on the surface of a planet. So, um, yeah, just to make it more believable, I might put some side, you know, thrusters, four of them, two on either side up here towards the front, and then two on either side towards the back that rotate. Make some thrusters out of it, you know, give it a little bit more interest. Because I'll be honest with you, it's back in the day when it first came out, which all the 1968. Wow. So pretty sure 1968. What's the decal sheet say? Made in Tokyo, Japan. Yeah, maybe I can. I really like the artwork though. I think the artwork's very cool on these kits. Printed in Japan. It's all in Japanese. Okay. So what I always do is I put my decal sheets inside the instruction sheet, and then I put my parts on top of that. So, yeah, molded in light blue, as you can see. I have so many projects to do, but now that I've got the main project that I delivered to Timothy done, I can engage in other things. So, yeah, I think when I'm done with it, it'll be cool. Everything on there can be added to, put hoses and things like that, electrical cables, whatever, um, onto this thing to make it more presentable, believable, and not looking like a toy. So, yeah. And the cockpit in the picture is not anything like what you get in the box. You see how wide that console is? You don't get any astronaut figures. Well, yes, you do. My bad. The astronaut figures are in there, but the seat backs are molded to the pilots, and it shows. I don't know if you can see it, but right there, it's like a little spotlight. But this, to my knowledge, and I couldn't use it in the kit anyways because um, it would have to be. Let me see here. Yeah, there's no spotlight in here. I don't think so. Not unless that's supposed to be a spotlight. I don't know. But anyways, guys, it is what it is. The what I'll probably do on this, you see how the door's got a window in it? I'm probably going to cut the window out and put a transparency in there and put a real handle on the door I don't know. It's a raised detail, the handle. Um, I could make it a little bit more prominent with a piece of wire or something, but I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But um, sometimes these kits can be so much fun because they might belong to a some type of Japanese television show or cartoon. I have no idea. So there might be a canon to it, but I don't care. So, but I just like the design. I think it's cool. And you know what I might even do too? You know how the original space shuttle and Star Trek had the fins on the side that were horizontal and then the warp nacelles mounted underneath those? I might do that on this up and then blend it into the curvature of the nose of the ship. You know, put put that same kind of feature right there. Give it a little bit more interest. Yeah, some lights on it. Uh, the I have to keep looking at the sprue trees because I'm just trying to determine what all details it came with and what it didn't. And yeah, it's missing a lot. For example, it has the rocket launcher, okay, and the rail. Let me try to do this. Um, so it has the rocket and it's got the launch rail that has all, the holes in it. But this little thing over here looks like a targeting sensor for the missile, and it's got a red dome on the end of it. That's not in the kit, so I'm going to have to make that. I like that. That's cool. Why it didn't come in the kit is beyond me. Yeah. So there is no wow factor to this as far as I'm concerned. Yep. The missus, would you like pizza or chicken salad wrap? No, not really, but yeah. So, anyways, that's that kit. It's interesting, and what I see here is potential. So, for whatever it's worth, uh, it, to me, it wasn't worth what I paid for it, which was what I think it was like 29 bucks, which is pretty cheap for kids nowadays of any kind. So, yeah, the Nitto 160 scale. It actually gives a scale, so it's 160. So it's actually slightly larger than 172 scale, which is fine. They should have made it 148. They really should have, because that would have been an ideal scale for it. But, you know, it's pretty cool. I went to Home Depot today and I bought new shelving brackets to mount to the wall and some, uh, what are they, 10 by 1 by 6 feet uh, planks to make shelves. And I'm going to put 5 to 6 shelves right over here to the right. I've already pulled everything off the wall, taken out all the screws. I've got to um, find a new home for my deceased son, Ty, his guitar, which I have hanging up here on the wall. And I moved his picture over here to my right, so I'm probably going to take the guitar and just hang it somewhere right there in the middle. Um, in memory of Ty. So, anyways, um, Mr. Cylon Raider, or not Raider, Mr. Cylon Centurion is ready for paint. I did buy paint. I bought some gloss black lacquer, which I'm going to be shooting them in. And then it's going to cure for a few days. And then I've got this, what's it called? Spaz Stick. SPAZSTIX. Premium paints. Ultimate Mirror Chrome. Right there. So that's he's going to get painted with that. I'm going to paint the entire figure, Mr. Cylon Centurion here, gloss black. The base will get painted gloss black just by virtue of the fact that unless I want to mask his boots off, but there's a lot of silver chrome on these figures. So, and I've got to duplicate that to the best of my ability. And I now that I've got all the primer on here, I'm seeing little imperfections that there's little pit holes on the top of his boots. So I'm going to have to prime him again. It's okay. It's that Stynylrez primer. Guys, I don't recommend a whole lot of products, but that Stynylrez for your airbrush, I've never had any primer like it. The finish, most primers, you get a little roughness to the finish, rattle can stuff. Um, Even if you shake it well and you get back at a good distance, sometimes, when you're doing overlapping sprays, especially when it's a larger surface, uh, it'll it'll get some rough texture to it where it kind of oversprays and lands onto an, a previous part that was painted, that has fresh paint on it. So I don't know. I want him to turn out cool. If he was hollow, I would have found out how to do the eyeball feature, by your command thing that they do. But he doesn't. So I am going to get just a super bright red something. I might even put I might have a little tiny jewel, bing, that could go in there that might really kind of look cool. I don't know. But that's that. So Mr. Cylon needs his boots fixed. And what else? I just wanted to talk a little bit about my trip to Montana to deliver the Area 51 UFO diorama that I built that you guys are all familiar with. Everybody loved it. His boys loved it. They just, after I took it out, they just over there staring at it for like an hour and a half, just looking at every little detail. Kids are funny. Their inquisitive nature, and when they have a desire to learn and stuff, they were just eyeballing the kit to death, or the diorama to death. I mean, all the adults looked at it for a few minutes and, dude, that thing's sweet, blah, blah, blah. But it was nice. It just meant a lot to me to give it to Timothy, because Timothy provides I think, a really good service to humanity as a whole. He is not conventional in his uh, belief system. Uh, I mean, he's correct as far as salvation in Christ and all that. Timothy is a very brilliant mind, and he, he speculates a lot and has theories and, hypotheses and all that kind of stuff. And he's just an interesting guy to listen to and talk to. And now that I've met him and his family, um, yeah, what an honor. He's a good man. So, um, I got that done. And I tell you what, driving for 14 plus hours up, it's a 12-hour drive without stops. But that RAV4 with the V6, and I was usually cruising between 65 and the top end speed limit, which was 80. And it drove just fine. I had one little glitch hiccup at when I stopped off at excuse me, a rest area, and it it resolved itself. What I had to do, because before I took the road trip, cars are funny. I disconnect the battery because the positive terminal was starting to corrode. But what the problem was is the car, after I did that and reconnected the battery, I didn't take the negative terminal off, and I should have, because the electronics in the car, as long as there's a ground to the battery, it'll hold information. But once you remove that engine monitoring system or whatever, will zero itself out. And then when you put the terminals back on and tighten them back down, and you got good clean terminals, it um, it reboots. It just does a simple reboot. But it was having an issue because I didn't remove both terminals. And just a word to you guys, on these newer cars, and ours is a 2012 with 191,000 plus miles on it, and it drove like a champ. The last time it had an oil change on it was about 10 or 11 months ago. Okay. And I always check the oil. It doesn't burn any oil, nothing. All the oil that was in there from the last oil change is still in there, and it's still clear. That is a clean running machine. It's a good testament to Toyota. I mean, a Toyota RAV4 limited edition V6 with leather interior and all the bells and whistles. It's a nice little car. But I'm anxious to get a new truck. So, yeah. What else do I got? I haven't gotten any further on the. Um, Today's been a day of just kind of. I was going to sleep in, but I just couldn't. So I just got up and got showered and, oh, excuse me, started my day. But I haven't hardly had. I've had very little sleep for the last month, and that's still the case. And I am really struggling right now, guys. So you're probably thinking, how can you do anything, Dave, if you're not well rested? And well, it's very, very hard. It's just my discipline and um, desire to get things done. But sometimes I know because I'll get this, not tightness in my chest, but just labored breathing and this mental fog like I have right now, and this low level headache, and so on. And I'm just sharing this because I don't know how many of you guys out there, especially veterans, deal with issues from your service, but it it can be hard. So, yeah. Anyways, uh, tomorrow I think is going to be two model project day. The Nebula class starship from Star Trek and the triangular UFO diorama. Those are the two things that I want to work on tomorrow. So, anyways, I plan on. Oh, well, I take that back. I may get to one um, project tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things play out. But I bought shelf brackets, and the theme in my studio here, I don't know if you can tell, there's black shelves, black filing cabinet, black plastic shelf here, all the trim for the most part's black, um, black table behind me, my chairs, so on. And my two little nightstands here on either side that has three drawers in it that I painted those black. My door to the studio is black. I got a hang up about black. It's my favorite color. And blue's my favorite color. And red is my favorite color. Black, blue, and red are my absolute favorite colors. But, anyways, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I can share with you. Oh, my I learned something about my 16K 3D printer, and this is just a FYI for you guys. In a lot of these 3D printers, where it doesn't preheat the 3D printing solution or resin, if it doesn't have a heater on it, then you can leave that um, resin in the 3D printer in the tank, and it'll not cure. But what I didn't understand about the 16K is is if the power's on and you got resin in the tank, it's going to heat it. And what ended up happening is I got this big anomalous flat sheet of semi cured resin floating in the remnants of the rest of the resin. So I had to pitch all that. That was about a half a bottle to a full bottle of, you know, resin that I had to throw away. But fortunately, I did get several bottles and one large one that's like a quart size bottle. And so once I can get my buddy back over here, I want to start. I want him to help me to upsize that Daedalus class ship from uh, Stargate SG-1/Atlantis um, series. I want to make a larger one of that because it's such a cool ship. And if the little one looks so cool and has so much detail, I can only imagine what the big one, a bigger one, will do. So I'm going to see if we can print one that's hollow so I can light it and keep the maybe, where'd I put that thing? It's here somewhere. Um, I think it's sitting over there. But, anyways, it's something I would like to have a larger scale of, well, just a larger scale model of it, period. I've told you I'm not much into the tiny stuff. Only if it's a subject matter that really like and you can't get it anywhere else in any way, shape, or form. But now with the advent of 3D printing, and if you got the skills or have a friend that does, you can make some pretty cool stuff. So that's what I'm hoping to do. Um, what else do I got going on here? I'm just trying to think. I want to make the most of my time making videos for you guys. So, I want to give you as much helpful information. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So, yeah, one of these babies, maybe 10 to 12, 14 inches long if the printer will accommodate it. Even if I put it on set up the file to where it's at a tilt so I can get that extra half inch or whatever of length. But yeah, this thing is amazing. I knew 3D printing did a good job on this stuff, and it did present real good details in your prints. But yeah, now that I see it, I'm like, wow, that's great. And then there's other 3D files of different subject matters you can get, like dragons and things like that, monsters and so on. And those things are highly detailed. It's just unbelievable the level of intricacies that these printers put into whatever subject matter you're printing. But yeah, so anyways, we're over 30 minutes, so we're at 36, almost 37. So again, I hope you guys are all doing well, and if any of you have comments or thoughts on any of my projects, ideas, questions, suggestions, whatever, please contact me. Because if you're subscribing and I'm doing things that interest you, your input can make it even more interesting for everybody, including me. So, like I said, I'm still a rookie at doing this YouTube thing. So, uh, you know, I'll get better with time and sleep. Yeah. Anyways, guys, sorry for that. My neighbor came by to return the thermometer. I loaned her, helped her out. She was able to determine that her deep freezer is in fact dying, so she's going to get a new one. But yeah, so not much else to say for now. Like I said, tomorrow I'm probably going to be doing shelving, but that may not happen till later in the afternoon. I don't know. Um, I really don't want to do any modeling today because I'm not well rested and I don't make good decisions and choices or think things through clearly enough when I have slept. So there's that. And, but here this week, my plan is to really start making some progress on the triangular UFO hangar diorama and um, the Nebula class starship. So, yeah, I need to stay focused on just no more than three of these kits and make progress on them. And whichever one is the furthest along and easiest to finish, that's what I'll probably get done first. So, yeah, that's it for now, guys. I apologize for the interruption, but yeah. So, as a last thing, it's not a super wow factor, but as far as just being a kit, when you compare it to like the 2 foot long Space 1999 Eagle, so, but you can make this way better than it is, and that's what I'm going to do. So, I think it'll be a fun build. It'll be a simple build. The hardest part will be the things I have to fabricate. So, yeah. That's it for now, guys. Peace.